Whoa, now what's up, world? It's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, back with another video. And of course, as y'all know, it's real in the battlefield. But you gonna be alright though, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how thorough I actually do these videos and really convey the message. But I was just, and I just come from personal experience. And I was just thinking about how the subtlety of the spiritual warfare is ramping up. And if you're not knowledgeable, you may be susceptible to fall into the various pitfalls or not really understand what's happening, in and around you. Because here's the tripping part. The spiritual warfare has become so normal that we just assimilate it or grafted in just to everyday life. You see what I'm saying? To me now, everything is spiritual. And there's a reasoning for everything happening. Like I try to take the good or bad label off of things and just say it is for the purposes of looking at it objectively so I can properly discern or identify what it is I'm dealing with, looking at, up against, whatever the case may be, and then attempt to, um, okay, in response to that, how do I go about this particular obstacle, situation, person, place, thing? And it's amazing how on this journey, I've never dealt with or come to the knowledge of certain things like this. I maybe have heard it, but not to the point of what I just said. But it's like I get lessons that'll actually prepare me for a test I've never taken and I've never seen before. You see what I'm saying? So I was just thinking about how spiritual warfare is just taking place in everyday life. Like for example, I'm kind of in a well, I stay in a transition period, but like I've been trying numerous things that haven't been working, or I get into them like, nah, this ain't what I thought it was. My spirit ain't in it, so it's hard for me to do anything my spirit ain't in. That's why I don't really fool with like stuff in society for the most part. Cause my spirit like, okay, let's go to the Ravens game. All right, that sounds cool, but I'm not getting anything out of it. I'd rather just check the score on my phone while I do what I already do now. I find that to be more fulfilling than going to a Ravens game. And I like the Ravens, you know what I'm saying? But it don't get my juices going, you know what I'm saying, per se. It don't get the blood flowing, you know what I'm saying? Being informed and staying, in the purpose and the mission, that's what I find fulfilling. Anything outside of that, I have to cut it off. Because now I understand that these various things that are happening, which ain't nothing super duper spectacular, are an attempt to get me off the mission without me realizing. You see what I'm saying? So I listened to Intuitive Anthony. He come on 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. And he had a little short jump, about 20 minutes. But he's probably, to me, the most, well, I got the most out as far as like gaslighting, narcissism, like how to, you know what I'm saying, how situations actually look in your real life and what's really happening spiritually, so you know what to do in response to it, right? So let's say I don't have the help of some brothers, you know what I mean, who kind of gave me wisdom. Because of my empathetic nature, I might have held on to people longer than I should have, just giving them chances. Oh, God gave me a chance, why not? You know what I'm saying? Not understanding these people aren't actually just having a hard time getting it together. They don't want it to get it together, because if you will, you put forth the effort. But what's actually happening is they're attempting to become a hindrance and a distraction from your purpose. You see what I'm saying? And that's what ultimately was end up happening with two of the people I was closest to, who I thought were whatever I thought they was. And they might have actually been that at that time. However, as time proceeds on and I continue to march, and I've allowed them on the other side of the fence, per se, personal information or whatever the case may be. Now they're attempting to get me off the path by bogging me down with frivolous information, or attempting to make their situation my situation. Then here's the beginning of the projection and the gaslighting. Oh no, we ain't doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'll help you all day long if I rock with you, but you're not gonna you're not gonna guilt trip me into helping you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, my brain don't understand because I don't really do it. You know what I'm saying? But we not finna do that. Thinking because they've been around you and they understand like you're actually a decent human being, that he won't be able to tell. You see what I'm saying? And his heart will override not even his logic, his spidey sense, for lack of a better word. But now we're engrossed in a daily battle of spiritual warfare. And I see a lot of people not be able to identify it as such. So they either stay in things they probably shouldn't. They put up with things they probably shouldn't. They don't understand what's going on around them because they don't have the information, or they can't identify it as a spiritual matter. So you just think, like at the job, you just think these people just slacking on these people, and the leadership is just dumbfounded or whatever. No, it's because of the spiritual environment. And spiritually, these people are devoid. That's why it's always been the case, and it will always continue to be the case. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, like on that movie We Live, where main man put the glasses on, he see things for what they really are. So you might see I don't know, everybody look the way they look. But then when you put the glasses on, you can see like they're actually a demon. You see what I'm saying? And here's the tripping part, right? If demons actually look like demons, you could identify and run away or move or whatever you need to do, right? But these demons don't look like demons. Now what's happening, they're presenting themselves to you as friends, as an employer, as a trusted confidant. You see what I'm saying? But here's a telltale trait. If they're actually a quote unquote demon, do they hold you personally responsible? If they're the type who kind of helps you or in your dysfunction, or gives you passes for it, or well, you're like that because of this. If they don't give you any personal accountability, if they don't tell you any harsh truths, if they're coddling you, they're pacifying you, and that's a demonic tactic. This is real in the battlefield. See, they could just go, outright, right in your face. But now what's happening, because of the subtlety of the game, now they're in certain aspects, they're rocking you to sleep. You see what I'm saying? They're just, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's real, bro. It's real. Like, okay, with my personal situation, right? Which I don't have no problem talking about. One, they can't do nothing so long as I stay upon the path and don't get and start doing some stuff I ain't got no business doing. You know what I'm saying? But now, like Intuitive Anthony was saying, how you're in a transition period and you don't really know if you're doing it right. You're not really, God is silent. You kind of question, am I doing it right? But here's one telltale sign. If you're doing it wrong, he'll let you know. You see what I'm saying? So just continue to move in faith. But you can't really tell. But here's how you can tell if you're getting close to something or a breakthrough. Not just like outwardly, but another level of knowledge, another level of spiritual power, right? When your enemies start popping up. And when he did that video, I was like, yo, that's yeah. Cause I told you I did the video jump on my old job and put their name in it. So I guess I got maybe close to 300 views. You know what I'm saying? But of the 300 views, somebody who, I didn't call them by name, I called the institution. I'm believing they're one of the first people, or the first people from the job to see the video. So to me, that had to be divine, that they were just fumbling around on YouTube and came across this video, which I detail their indiscretions. You see what I'm saying? So that had to be, you know what I'm saying? It had to be divinely, manifested for them to get it. So much so, and here's what happens when you tell the truth. Now they go into like the CIA say, somebody blow the whistle, just say they crazy, so everybody, no, don't listen to them, even though they're saying he crazy, because what he's saying actually true, and if we can put the crazy label on him, hopefully he'll be dismissive of what he's saying. But if what he was saying wasn't true, and wouldn't nobody pay him no mind. You see what I'm saying? So I get advised by someone else who works there, who was there after I was gone, that when they came in, this particular individual had everyone, like 3 to 4 other co-workers, whatever, who were probably, out that mob too, trying to see if they got mentioned, watching the video in the lobby. It done got back to the owner. So the bird done, it done took flight and it done got to where it's supposed to land at. Yeah, now that wasn't my intention, but I was hoping it would happen. You know what I'm saying? Relatively quickly, like 2 to 3 days after I did the video. So now, people now, mind you, like I said, they're trying to figure out not how to stop what I'm saying that they know is true, or see, these people are more, and it's like in society, this is spiritual warfare. They're not concerned. This is how you know we're in deep spiritual warfare. They're not concerned with stopping the wrong that's going on. They're more concerned with protecting their image while the wrong still continues to take place. That's no different than, say, like, like there's some child, you know, molestation going on, right? But a lot of times what'll happen is that they'll tell the child not to say nothing to protect the image of the parent who had put the child in a situation for them to be molested, not stopping the molestation. You see what I'm saying? So somebody reached out to me. I think I told y'all that. But then I'm like, yeah, I'm on this high, like, yeah. Cause I want them to know, you know what I'm saying? You just don't get it. What y'all do in the dark is coming to the light one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want y'all to stop, yo. Because y'all messing up these people's lives for financial gain. And the ethics ain't involved nowhere. Because this is probably, I can recall at least 20 incidents that I personally know and can verify. You know what I'm saying? So this is a cultural spiritual thing, right? So that happens. So then what happens is, like I tell my mother, whatever, just in conversation, and she was like, you need to, watch out, because them people might try to get you. I said, yeah, you know what I mean, da-da-da. But then I thought about, like, well, I do my due diligence to, just protect myself out here, and, you know what I'm saying? Or put myself in these situations where somebody can, like, bait me in, because I'm really not to be played with. So I run into somebody, they talk stupid, then I just go, you know what I'm saying? So I try to limit my interact. It's more like guerrilla warfare. Like, I hit on, you know what I'm saying, when I feel like it, but you can't find me, though. You know what I'm saying? And I just antagonize y'all when I feel like it, because y'all don't get away with this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. What else? So then people who had like when I quit the first time, people who had previously stopped talking to me have now, for whatever reason, but I know what the reason was. But because now they know I know this information, now they know I won't sell out. Now they know they can't tempt me with whatever, money, sex, whatever. Now I become the enemy. So then at once, all the people that I knew previously from the job, and some who had been quit or got fired or whatever, they all stopped talking to me all at the same time, right? Or unfriended me or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, oh, okay. Not that I care, you know what I'm saying? So that takes place. And now these people who stopped talking to me out of nowhere, because I think what happened, they tried to put me in the woo-wop, as I call it, and I navigated out of it. So I couldn't get jammed up. So, when people try to use you and they can't, they get mad with you. I mean, the delusion, right? So these people started reaching out to me, like trying to ask, like, just trying to, like, start conversation, but I don't get nothing. We ain't been talking. We don't need to talk. I don't want to talk to you. Because you ain't going to do nothing but lie, so what's the point? You see what I'm saying? But now and I wouldn't call them enemies because they don't really pose no threat. But they are at the same time dangerous. If I'm not focused. If I'm not discerning. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not led by my spidey sense. You know what I'm talking about? And I think, so that's a good sign that I'm because typically the demons only pop up when you're making progress. Like, when Jesus went to go get tempted after, he received the power from the Spirit after John the Baptist baptized, he said he was driven, or he was led into the wilderness to fast for 40 days and 40 nights. You see what I'm saying? The same way like a goose gets led down, to the south. Nobody tells them, they just feel this instinct to do so. But in the process of him fasting, that's when Satan came and tried to tempt him, or whatever, at his weakest point. But then after he came out the wilderness, then he started his mission. You see what I'm saying? So right before you get ready to step into another realm, purpose, season of life, the enemy always presents itself in a way of attempting to distract, derail, divert. You know what I'm saying? But in relation to that, like, can't everybody know what I'm saying is right. So much so, and here's where almost this level of clairvoyance comes into play, where I haven't worked there in, let's say, what was that, March? We working on 6 months. I've been out of the job for 6 months, and yet I can still accurately detail what's going on in the institution. I ain't been in 6 months. So much so that people who have started after me say I ain't nothing but the truth. They start, you just, whoever you is, you just try to stand on what's right, but y'all ain't trying to grandstand or nothing like that. Or use this situation to propel myself personally. I just want to stop fucking everybody else up. Excuse my language. Especially the men. You see what I'm saying? Boy, it's real in the battlefield. They're using the harlot Jezebels to stop men. There's a case in point. You in rehab and treatment, figuring, okay, let me work on, but I don't know what I need to work on. But yet your path gets subverted because of the Jezebel before you can even get started. Whoa now. Woo woo. It's real in the battlefield, baby. Yes, sir. Woo woo. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know, now you know. You know. We heard that. So in response to just certain things, I've been, thinking about certain things, right? Like I said, like just going for the gusto. And if it don't work, it don't work. Might as well make more of a concerted running effort at this thing here to become greatness in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Because either it's I think what's happening is whatever stage of this thing you're on, and you might still be, let's say in the hood or struggling with certain things or whatever. But that thing that he done placed inside you is starting to activate. You know what I'm saying? You start knowing stuff you've never known before. You start having skills you've never exhibited. You know what I'm talking about? You wondering like, yo, what's going on, yo? Like, yeah, it's cool, but why I feel like this? Why am I having these thoughts now? Why I see this different? Why this person who look familiar? I'm like my spirit on guard when I see him now. That's all your intuition, and this path has taught me. Because now what's seemingly happening is my spirit is defying all logic. Just like when God tell you to do certain stuff, typically, now we're supposed to be practical, wise, knowledgeable, so on and so forth. But typically when he asks you to do something, it don't make no sense. So it's going to defy your natural logic or convenience or to play it safe and all that. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I feel led to still do it though. Well, how am I, we ready to run this one. You know what I'm saying? We ready to run it. What's going to happen? Outside of the thought of fear of whatever, what's going to actually happen that I can't handle? The fear is I ain't never done it before, but I feel led to do it. Woo! And then let's say I don't do it, I drag my feet, it's going to eat at me. You see what I'm saying? Just no different than, let's say I wrong somebody out here. I can't sleep. I say, yo, I got to apologize. Where them people's at, yo? And not just apologize, but apologize bearing gifts. Like, man, cuz, man, would you drink beer or something, cuz, man? My bad about that, yo. That for us black man. You know what I'm saying? I've actually won people over like that. How many people you know do that? You know what I'm saying? But it's real in the battlefield. That's right. But when the spiritual warfare ramp up, whatever it is financially, your friend, people, place, thing, just know, keep trucking because you almost there to the breakthrough, and they trying to divert you from your primary purpose. And with that one, I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Ooh.